of today in Bitcoin. Good morning, Bitcoin. Today is Friday, February 19th, 2021. My name is Thomas Hunt, and here's what's happening today in Bitcoin. Elon Musk calls Bitcoin less dumb than holding cash. Yellen says investors should be very careful with some sectors, calls Bitcoin highly speculative. But first, the price of Bitcoin is up 3.33% to an all-time high of 53,609. That's a high of 53,763 with a low of 50,755. That's $1 for 1,866 Satoshis. Volume was at 7,655 Bitcoins changing hands, and the market continued to lean long, with 96% of the market heading that direction. Bitcoin dominance was at 59%. Elon Musk calls Bitcoin less dumb than holding cash. Bitcoin hit an all-time high earlier Friday after Tesla chief Elon Musk called the cryptocurrency less dumb than cash. The price of the world's biggest digital coin climbed to a record of 52,954 after Musk fired off a pair of tweets as if it was directly related, defending Tesla's decision to buy $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin and explaining why the electric car maker didn't purchase Dogecoin, his favorite meme-inspired currency. Tesla's action is not, let's see, one more thing. Tesla's action is not directly reflective of my opinion, Musk tweeted Thursday night. Having some Bitcoin, which is simply less dumb form of liquidity than cash, is adventurous enough for an S&P 500 company. Bloomberg also interviewed humorless Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao, who says that he was surprised Musk was so gung-ho about Dogecoin, although he said in a Clubhouse chat he thought Dogecoin was a joke. I guess it pays to read. Yellen says investors should be very careful with some sectors, calls Bitcoin highly speculative. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told CNBC there might be parts of the stock market where investors should be careful. Ooh. However, she said low interest rates generally support higher equity evaluations. Yellen said she also believes Bitcoin is a highly speculative asset. He's speculating it goes up. Sounds like trouble. Bitcoin smashes through $53,000 barrier to record high, boosting its price gain this year to 81%. 81% up. Thanks to everyone for donating to our new laptop fundraiser. We have hit our goal, so we're not going to fundraise for like the next 2 weeks. Thank you for your support. We've got more news. Neil deGrasse Tyson writes on Twitter, congratulations to NASA on the successful landing of the SUV-sized Perseverance rover on planet Mars. Among other things, it carries a drone helicopter, an engineering test of flight, maneuvering, and navigation in the rarefied Martian atmosphere. That's right. The Perseverance rover is safe on Mars. Here's a picture of what Mars looks like, taken just yesterday by the Mars Perseverance rover. Amazing. And shout out to the oatmeal. He's got a great graphic here. The Mars rover says, love from Mars, love from the red planet. How about that? Gene Simmons of KISS writes in, why did I buy Cardano? Well, for one thing, it's affordable to almost everyone. It's pennies compared to my other holdings like Bitcoin, which is over $50,000 a single coin. I believe everyone should be able to afford cryptocurrency. And here's one I believe in. The argument here, said Mad Bitcoins, is that penny stocks only cost a penny. And another great response here from Heavily Armed Clown at Heavily Armed C. Why did I buy this Hot Wheels Lamborghini? Well, for one thing, it's affordable to almost everyone. It's pennies compared to my other vehicles, which is over $200,000 a single car. And I believe everyone should be able to afford Lamborghinis. And here is one I believe in. Joseph Young writes, I thought after 4 years we would understand the concept of market cap. Nope. And another great response from We Are Satoshi Bitcoin Freedom at Sovereign Monkey, trying to be nice to Gene Simmons, showing him a chart of the top 2,412 coins over time. Bitcoin is that black line that's above all the other coins. And as you can see, as all the other coins went down after 2018, Bitcoin is still up. All he'd have to do is look at this graph for a little while and think about it. Do you think that those other coins are really going to beat Bitcoin? Is this really where I should put my hard earned KISS money? But he didn't. He just responded with nonsense. Mad Bitcoins responded with a great quote from the Jay-Z song, The Story of OJ. Magnificent work. Jay-Z says, Y'all think it's bougie. I'm like, it's fine. But I'm trying to give you $1 million worth of game for $9.99. Magnificent song. And big news from the United Kingdom. It's the end of the road for Uber's mistreatment of drivers. This landmark UK Supreme Court ruling puts all debates to bed. It's time for Uber to accept its responsibilities, compensate drivers, and discuss a way forward. The key paragraph from the United Kingdom Supreme Court decision declaring that the Uber workers are now employees, not contractors, says right here, taking these factors together, the transportation service provided by drivers and offered to passengers through the Uber app is very tightly defined and controlled by Uber. Drivers are in a position of subordination and dependency in relation to Uber, such that they have little or no ability to improve their economic position through professional or entrepreneurial skill. In practice, the only way in which they can increase their earnings is by working longer hours while constantly meeting Uber's measures of performance. The Supreme Court considers that comparisons made by Uber with digital platforms which act as booking agents for hotels and other accommodations and with minicab drivers do not advance its case. The drivers were rightly found to be workers. Of course, here in California, they just let Uber write the laws. So much for that. Uber response, meanwhile, says that they treat their slaves very well. There are no pictures of happy mammy Uber workers just yet, but I've provided a GIF. Let's listen to Uber's fantastic response. We respect the court's decision, which focused on a small number of drivers who used the Uber app in 2016. Since then, we've made some significant changes to our business, guided by drivers every step of the way. These include giving even more control over how they earn and providing new protections like free insurance in case of sickness or injury for our slaves. We are committed to doing more and will now consult with every active slave across the UK to understand the changes that the slaves want. That's a good one, Uber. You should be able to keep slaves because you're a powerful company. That's about it for this quick update episode of Today in Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin again is near all-time highs. The price of Bitcoin is up 3.47% in the last 24 hours, with a last of 53,697, a high of 53,777, and a low of 50,755. That's $1 for 1,862 Satoshis. Volume was at 7,710 Bitcoins changing hands. The market continues to lean long, with 96% of the market heading that direction. Bitcoin dominance was at 59%. Be sure to give us a thumbs up down below. It helps other people find this show. Also, subscribe if you haven't. 70% of the people watching this subscribe to the World Crypto Network. You should join them. Coming up later today on the World Crypto Network, we've got the Bitcoin Group, our weekly wrap up of Bitcoin and exciting stories from cryptocurrency. Stay tuned to the World Crypto Network. Until next time, bye bye.
There's an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve. There's an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve. There's an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.